Okay, today we're gonna take out the cabin air filter. So, for those of you who care about the details, first thing I gotta do is take off the glove compartment. And there's two screws to start with. There's this one here, and there's one over here, pulling out the big guns. And then, once that's done, you just release this. Oh, see, there's supposed to be like a little connector here that seems to be missing. Not entirely sure where it goes. It'd be up high, and it's supposed to, I guess, give some tension. I honestly don't know for sure. Yeah, that's it. It looks like it's, I can't see, I know. I think this is the end of it here. And is it just, oh yeah, it's, that's cool. So it's kind of weighted. It's supposed to make the, I can feel like there's tension on it. And it's supposed to make the glove compartment not slam open, I think. This is what we got to get to. This is the cover for it. There's this, this little door I need to open. This little guy, I believe, just pries up. Although I thought it pried up from this side. Well, that's interesting. So this popped off, and it was actually backwards. The arrow was pointing that way, but it's supposed to, man, I'm getting bright. It's supposed to point this way. So anyway, when I put it back together, I'll put it on that direction. And then this screw, this one, and there's one over here. And then this piece, I think, is loose now. There's this little bit of a lip here. Kind of had to slip around that. Same thing over here. Try not to break anything. So I slipped this piece and then that over there. Get my aftermarket shiznit out of the way. And then, there we go. So there is supposed to be one more screw right there. You see that hole? That seemed to be missing. I don't know where it goes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know in newer models there is a screw there, so just be aware of that. There might be a screw there. And then this guy, this is the cover, the air filters. So there's this guy and this guy. So you pinch in and then it just slides, and then there's a bottom little thing that slips in that hole there. And these are the filters right here. There's two of them, top and bottom, and they should slide out relatively easily. So, and honestly, these don't look terrible. So this one just pulls straight out. This one pulls up and then out. And there's, oh yeah, look at that. So that one looks a bit worse. So there is a little bit, you know, there's some mess up there, and I'm assuming down low. Can you see anything? Hey, yeah, there we go. I actually see better from what the camera sees. So yeah, I'll try and clean that out. All right, so I got my new filters. It's about what came up on Amazon. That's what I got here. And there they are. They say that you should replace these every 15 100,000 miles. They are identical. They're marked on it. It says up. You see that? It says up there on each one. And so it slides in. And it sort of, you want to let it down evenly, but it just goes in place like that. That's it. And then the next one, again, it also says up on it. And there's some little grooves on the bottom that line up with a groove on the top on the other one. And I guess it's supposed to, you know, create some sort of a seal. And it just like so. That's how it goes in. Easy peasy. And then you got the cover goes back on. There's a little slip that goes in this guy, and it just pops back in. All right, so the way this works is I found it easier to put in this side first, so the right side, and then there's a little lip there, right there. So this goes in front of this piece here, and this goes behind it. It's a little bit tricky, but you just sort of push in on this as you push up in that, and then you gotta slip this little it's a little bit of a it's a little tricky to get everything in place, but there, I got the middle. So what ended up happening is I put this in place, and then actually this slipped in place over the latch hook, and then this went in place. So that's the way it ended up, but you'll figure it out. I believe in you. So, and then this little guy just snaps back. And if you don't pay attention to how you take it off, there's little nubs on the bottom. There's two, one there and one there, and then two up there. And they, you know, it's pretty obvious if you compare. And they just pop on. I honestly don't know what that's for. And then snaps back in place like that. And then two screws, one here, one here. I think there's supposed to be one here, but mine is missing. So, that's that. Wires. These hooks right here that just kind of, you can hook on so it'll stay in place. And then you normally have to attach this piece again, which, like I showed you earlier, just slides off. So this piece should be attached to that little string thing. And then you do the hooks. Here's the way you should do it. If you have all your parts, is put the hooks on the runner down there. And then put this guy back on here. I think it only goes on one way, so it's pretty obvious. And then you want to shut it. You've got little tabs on either side, left and right. Got this little tab, so it has to go behind there. And that just keeps it from falling all the way down. And then go ahead and latch it, and then put your two screws back in, and that's all she wrote. It's a little bit tricky getting these to line up. There's a little nub here below where the screw goes through it, right there. You see that? And that goes into the lower hole, which I just put the screw in, and then the screw goes into the hole above there. Nub in hole. There you go. So I got the nub in the hole. Now I can do this up. Pop it through. Lever. Everything's right here. And I didn't tighten that first screw down all the way because I wanted to have a little bit of movement, a little play. I got a little screw. And that. Screw this. And when you're done, it should be, you know, flush. Like that. Not very complicated. You too can handle this. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna, you know, just show you everything I'm doing on this. I'm not an expert, but kind of fun. Sorry, I'm in a loud place. Hopefully the sound is all right. So anyway, see you later.